The update comes out August 26th, which is next week. So, that is speculation, by the way. That is speculation. Hello, everyone. Jason here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, hitting that like button. And today I want to put out a video about like my speculation on when we're going to get the Cosmos update and what it might be. However, again, this is all speculation. As far as I know, Hello Games doesn't tell anyone ahead of time. Like, there's not someone out there who's getting all the secret information other than the people who work at Hello Games, the company that is working on No Man's Sky. So, it's all speculation. Want to get that out ahead of time. Anyway, I think it's coming August 26th. And the reason I think that is coming August 26th is because that final week of August is the most busy time of the month. So why not, right? So traditionally, we have to wait for Sean Murray to put out an emoji. Then we will see the game go on sale on all the different platforms. So Xbox version will go on sale, PlayStation version will go on sale, Steam version, every version of the game begins to go on sale right before an update comes out. So once we see those two things, we know an update is very soon. We don't know exactly when. We always guess Wednesday. That's what August 26th is a Wednesday, because that has historically been when they put out updates. So if you go back multiple years, 9 times out of 10, most of the time, you will see the update come out on a Wednesday. And I think that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, it allows them to patch the update if there's any issues, any major issues. They can take the next day or two, fix it, and put it out hopefully by Friday. So for the majority of platforms, everyone's different. You guys know Nintendo, they take forever for updates or patches. So that will take, whatever it is. But it gives them information to kind of use before the weekend, before everyone jumps on and tries to jump into the game. So I think that's a good reason why they probably put it out on a Wednesday. And more than likely the reason why we will see it come out on a Wednesday. As for next week, we have Gamescom. If you don't know Gamescom, it is a huge gaming conference that happens in Cologne, Germany, every year at the end of August. And this year it is happening from Monday, August 24th, until the end of the week. So we have a full week of just every game studio, well, not every, but a ton of game studios coming together, showing off trailers, showing off gameplay of their games, putting on release dates if they don't have a release date on their game, or maybe they're really excited to show more of a game that might be coming out in October. Nothing's coming out in November other than Grand Theft Auto. But, the games that are coming towards the end of the year, like a month or two away, they'll put out a new gameplay trailer, get some more hype, going on in their games. And so, do I think that Hello Games is going to show up at Gamescom? I don't think so. Realistically, I don't think that happens. I think it's more of, we see an emote from Sean Murray, an emoji from Sean Murray over the weekend. I'm saying maybe Saturday or Sunday, we see something from Sean Murray. And we already know the update is going to be called Cosmos. So maybe it's just a star or something like that to kind of get everyone hyped, because that's kind of the signal. Oh, it's coming soon. Then the games will, the game will go on sale on different platforms starting on Monday, maybe. So Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And then we see the update on Wednesday. However, there is a little I don't know, an asterisk or something like that, whatever you want to call it. There is a speed bump that might happen. So Gamescom officially starts on Monday, August 24th. However, Jeff Keighley always has the big show that opens up the week. That's happening on Tuesday, August 25th. And usually it's a big show, an hour or 2 hours long, and he's showing off a lot of trailers for games. Maybe we get teases for games that are coming out next year. It is a second kind of big conference, because usually the massive ones happen in the summertime in June. This is our almost final one other than the Game Awards, but we'll ignore that for now. So opening night live is on Tuesday, the day before the update is supposed to come out. So that could mean, again, I don't think it's likely, but it's possible. Sean Murray, the team at Hello Games, they show up at the game or at Gamescom at the opening night live, maybe with a trailer, maybe an announcement on what the game is. Maybe we see more information, but I think that's a very low chance. Is it possible? Sure. But my gut says it's just going to be a normal as is, like every other update. Emoji from Sean Murray over the weekend. We will see the game go on sale the following, like Monday and Tuesday, and then the update comes out on a Wednesday. However, there's a small sliver of me that thinks maybe we see something on Tuesday for the opening night live at Gamescom. So we've only had that happen one other time, so that's why it's very, very low chance. We've only had it happen one other time in 2023, which was almost 3 years ago. We had an update get delayed. Technically, it was not an update. Technically, it was the Expedition replays of that year. We don't know. They usually come out in November, and nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. We were waiting. Like, what the heck is going on? We've been waiting for the Expedition replays. And then the Game Awards happened the first week of December. And we were just sitting around going, okay, I guess we're going to not have Expedition replays this year. It's kind of weird. And just so happens in 2023, Sean Murray shows up at the Game Awards, shows a trailer for No Man's Sky, and then they make the announcement for Light No Fire. And that's also, they said, oh yeah, by the way, we have the Expedition replays happening tomorrow. So they announced it the night before. They went to the Game Awards, announced Light No Fire, showed that off, had a little mini interview with Jeff Keighley as well. Showed off Light No Fire, and then the update came the following day. That could happen this year. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No, I think it's very, very low. But it's possible that we might see something at Gamescom opening night live on Tuesday, and then the update follows on Wednesday, the day after. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. That's pure speculation, and I've also said that I thought it was going to be this week. I thought it was going to be last week as well, because we haven't had an update since June. So it's been over 2 months, and generally they like to keep their updates every couple of months. I believe the last thing we saw was an interview, I think it was 2022 or 2023 maybe, where they kind of said, hey, look, we try to keep our updates between 8 and 10 weeks. So 2 to 2.5 months between updates. That's what they like to do. That's what they prefer. Doesn't mean it always happens, because, things happen, bugs happen, issues happen behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. And we've had a few updates that have been longer than a couple months, or even 2 or 3 months. So this could be one of those updates that doesn't come out till September, maybe. There's been rumblings that we might not see it until like September 3rd, or maybe even later than that. So who knows? Who knows? But my gut says if we see an emoji on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, sometime, then we're more than likely going to get an update on the 26th. And I would say that seems about right. Hello Games doesn't care about schedules. Like, they've released updates next to massive game releases. So I don't think they're worried about, oh, we can't put it out during Gamescom because there's too many. No, I don't think they have a plan, and they're going to stick to it no matter what's going on. Like, Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'm almost willing to bet we're going to see, Expedition Replay start the same week as Grand Theft Auto, because, again, Hello Games doesn't care. They have a schedule. They want to keep it. Whatever that schedule is, that's what they do. And so I don't think they're going to delay it because of Gamescom. If anything, again, maybe very, very low chance, but I think Sean Murray could use Gamescom. It happens on Tuesday night, opening night live. He could come out, or they could not even Sean Murray come out. Maybe they just give Jeff Keighley the trailer and say, hey, here's the next trailer for whatever, for No Man's Sky. We would love for you to play that at your conference. That'd be awesome, to kind of get the hype going. And then the update comes out on the following day, Wednesday. So possible. I don't think it's likely. I think we just get a normal update scenario. And what is Cosmos? To me, Cosmos means the universe, the galaxy. I think that we're going to see some kind of a galaxy overhaul. Like, what that means, I don't know. Like, are we going to get new systems? I don't think so. But I think they're going to, what I would imagine is what they've been doing is they're just going to overhaul what's already there. So instead of giving us brand new stuff, they're going to say, hey, look, we've been generating, yellow, green, blue star systems, but now we're going to have a different rule set. So now you guys know that purple systems are the only ones that can have a gas giant in it. However, that's rules broken. Now any system can have a gas giant. You can go to a yellow star system and it has a gas giant in it. That kind of thing. I think they're just going to kind of update how everything works in the galaxy map and how the galaxies are generated. We're going to pop in all of a sudden systems that did not have, any moons before. Now they have more moons. Or maybe there's a gas giant that pops in. And it was a system that had 2 or 3 planets, but now there's a huge gas giant with those planets rotating around it. Now they're called moons. Things like that. Or maybe we get new ways to travel through the galaxy. Because right now, you have teleporters, you have the portals, which can go between systems. Teleporters you can use to go to certain locations like space stations. But maybe they add in another way to travel. Like maybe we get, like, teleporters can work for other buildings. We can fast travel to planetary archives, or maybe we get a fast travel like a teleporter in the space not the space stations, they already have them, but maybe the trading outpost will get teleporters, so we can kind of fast travel between all these different locations. So I don't know, but I think it's going to be galaxy or system focused with other things sprinkled in. It's usually not only that, there's other things sprinkled in. And I do think, like, again, speculation, we will probably get an expedition with it, and because they want to show off how you can travel between different things, different systems, whatever they want to do, they want to show off their upgrade or update to the game. And also, I do think we're going to get Twitch drops, because that usually happens twice a year. So for the past few years, not always, but for the past few years, we've had one Twitch drop event happen in the spring and one happen in the fall. Usually the spring one is in like February or March, and the fall Twitch drops will happen in August, September, maybe even October, but that's kind of late. But that time frame. So I would say we probably get Twitch drops, we probably get an expedition, and we get an update that is focused on the galaxies and the systems and how they operate, and just on a fundamental level. Overhaul the menu system and how the galaxy map works a little bit. Make it a little easier for people to figure out. Maybe make it easier for us to travel. Maybe we have a new upgraded hyperdrive upgrade. Like there's a whole new system for hyperdrives and how they work to make it either easier. Because right now you have to have you have to have an indium drive to go to certain ones. You have to have different drives to go to different systems. Maybe they overhaul that and they say, well, no, you don't need a specific drive. You just need a upgrade. And then we have different upgrades that will do different things. Maybe we have a new emergency hyperdrive that instead of just sending you out like to a random one, you can say, hey, look, send me to a one I've already been to, a safe, quote unquote, system that I've already been to. And it can choose any of the ones. So you can go 100,000 light years behind, because it's a quote-unquote safe system or something like that. Or maybe it can act like more like a black hole, where it can send you 100,000 light years way closer to the center, things like that. So something along those lines I think is what we're going to see. Traversal, overhaul in the menus, the way it works, maybe add in different rule sets, change the way that they set up systems. So traditionally a green system will have it'll be the only way to get emerald, and it's more likely to have the storm extreme planets. But maybe they say, nope, that's not how it works now anymore. We're going to change it. Now emerald can be found anywhere, but it has a higher chance, or maybe something else happens in the green system. So that's my ideas. That's my speculation. I'm rambling now at this point. Thank you guys so much. I know a lot of people were asking me, Jason, when do you think it's coming out? What do you think it's going to be? Now that we know it's Cosmos, what do you think that means, and what do you think is going to happen? That's all my thoughts. I think it's happening next week, August 26th, on a Wednesday. I think there's a really slim chance we see something on Tuesday, the 25th, at opening night live for Gamescom, but I don't think it's likely. We might see something like a trailer or something like that, but more than likely it'll just be the normal update procedure. Sean Murray tweet, games go on sale, or game goes on sale on different platforms, update on Wednesday as usual. So thank you guys so much for listening to my rambling today. If you liked the video, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.